morning, researchers. I'm Lainey P. Bayer, together with John Rafael Baroro, your panels from STI Batangas Senior High School Department.
Good day, everyone. Good day, Mr. Baroro and Ms. Bayer. We are here today to present to you how we dissect frogs virtually. First, let me just introduce myself and my co-members. I am Carmela Elaine Seagrao, and here is Rainer Asuncion, Andre Biscocho, Mark Andre Buenafe, Ron Vincent Catapang, Queen Allen Cipilio, Apollo Bennett Clarete, Ivan Marie Corteza, Bernadette Castanilla, Jovan Prasad, and Daniel Iraqueta. Our presentation for today is entitled Dissecting Virtually Frog Dissection.
But before you start presenting, let me first introduce to you the purpose of this study. The purpose of this study includes to investigate the anatomy and organ system of the frog, to observe the relationship between organ structure and function, to compare frog and human anatomy to better understand body system.
So, to help you keep up, here's a list of some essential vocabularies that we think you should know before dissecting a frog. Vocabularies: dorsal toward the back, ventral toward the belly, lateral toward the sides, median toward the middle, anterior toward the head, posterior toward the tail. Here is also materials you need to dissecting a frog: gloves, forceps, hand lens, dissecting tray, scalpel, probe, preserve frog, dissecting scissors, dissecting pins. You may now proceed to your presentation.
So why do we dissect frogs? As it turned out, a frog dissection, like other complex animal dissections, reveals a note about how our body works to be violable. They are also practical too. A frog dissection is cheaper to conduct than larger animal and organ dissections. They are a small animal and can be raised quickly for a laboratory work. So without further ado, let's proceed in our agenda today, which is dissecting a frog.
Part A. External Anatomy. First, make sure frog is right side up so that you can see the face. Second, identify the eyes, which had a nictitating membrane that served to moisten the eyes. Third, identify the tympanic membrane or eardrum. It is located behind each eye. Fourth, find an external nares or nostrils.
External anatomy. Find the digits, which are like fingers on both the fore and the hind limbs. 6. Determine if your frog is male or female by looking at the innermost finger of the forelimb.
Mouth. Number 1. Pry open the mouth. Use the scissors to cut the corner of the mouth where the maxilla upper jaw and mandible lower jaw join together. Number 2. Find the tongue and pull it out.
Mouth. Feel the maxillary teeth that are along the rim of upper jaw. Notice that only the upper jaw has teeth. Locate the glottis. It is a slit opening for the voice box on the floor of the mouth. Find the esophagus at the rear of the mouth.
Part C. Internal anatomy. This is where the real dissection begins. Use your tool carefully and wisely. If you are unsure of the directions, ask.
Incision 1. Skin webbing. Number 1. Place your frog on its back and pin it to the dissecting plate. Number 2. Keep the frog skin with the forceps under your legs. Number 3. Make a small cut to the lifted skin with the scalpel. This is the starting place for the scissors. Take care to cut only the skins. Number 4. Use the scissors to continue the incision up to the midline, all the way to the frog's skin. Number 5. Stop cutting when your scissors reach to the frog's neck.
Use the scissors to make sideways incisions in the skin. The first incisions are made between the front legs. The next incisions are made just above the near legs. Be careful to only cut through the skin, not the muscle.
Incision 3. Separate skin. Number 9. Pick up the flap of skin with the forceps. Number 10. Use a scalpel to help separate the skin from the muscle layer below. After you've opened the plastic skin, pin them to the dissection tray.
The next one is the fourth incision. First, muscle incision. First, repeat the incisions, but this time through the abdominal muscle. You will find it easier to begin the vertical incision by lifting the muscle layer with the forceps. Do this between the rear legs of the frog. Second, make a small cut with a scalpel. And third, using the scissors, continue the incision up to the middle point, just below the front leg. But note, do not cut too deeply. The muscle is thin, it is easier to damage the organ underneath.
Incision 5, chest bones. Cut through the chest bones, and when you reach the point just below the front legs, you have to turn your scissor blade sideways so that you only cut through the bones in the chest, and be careful that you don't cut it too deeply. This should prevent the damage to the heart or other internal organs. Next, when the scissors reach a point just below the frog's neck, you have to cut it far enough.
The sixth incision, muzzle horizontal. Make the horizontal incision just as you did with the skin, and make a sideways incision in the muscle with the scalpel. Make the first incision between the front legs. The next incision is just above the rear legs. Again, be careful that you don't cut too deeply.
Muscle separation. Separate the muscle strap from the organ below. Pull back and hold the muscle strap with forceps. Number 9. Use the scalpels to separate the muscles from the organ tissue. Number 10. Pin the muscle strap back far enough to allow easy access to the internal organs.
Internal body systems. 1. We are now ready to explore the frog's anatomy. To make our exploration easier, we will look at the organs in 4 different layers, beginning with the liver and heart layer. As we get deeper into the frog's anatomy, we will reveal new layers.
Then liver. When we pull back the muscle and skin, the first organ we can see are the liver and heart. Number 2. The liver is a large brownish color organ covering most of the body cavity.
Heart. You should be able to see the heart in layer 1. It's a small shaped organ between front legs just above the liver. The frog heart has 3 chambers. The picture shows only the lower chamber of the heart.
Layer 2. Intestine. Reveal layer 2. The heart and liver in layer 1 hide some of the organ below them. Use the forceps and the probe to pick up the liver and reveal layer 2. Layer 2 includes the gallbladder, stomach, and the small intestine.
Number 8. Examine the gallbladder. Under the liver, we saw a small greenish sac. This is the gallbladder. You might also see it by separating the right and middle lobes of the ring. The gallbladder can be hard to count.
Examine the stomach. The stomach looks like a sac on the frog's left side. It is a large firm organ.
Small intestine. Number 10. Examine the small intestine. The small intestine is a long, folded, tube-like organ that is posterior to the stomach. It is similar in the color to the stomach, but smaller in diameter.
The next one is layer 2. Reveal the layer 3 and remove the liver to see the organs in the third layer. The liver is easier to remove if you remove the gallbladder and the heart at this time. You can place the organs to the side, but still in the dissection tray.
Now, let's take a close look at the lungs and pancreas. They say that lungs are difficult to locate in a person frog. They're at the anterior end of the body cavity on either side of the heart. And after we locate the lungs, we may need to remove them and place them in a tray as well.
Pancreas. You can see the pancreas without lifting the stomach and the extension with the forceps. The pancreas is a thin, yellowish ribbon. The intestines are held in place by thin, transparent tissue called the mesentery.
Female frogs. If you have a female frog, you will need to remove the ovaries before you can see the layer 4. But first, place the organs in the tray.
Layer 4. 18. To see layer 4, you need to remove the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and pancreas. Place the on the tray.
Spleen. Number 19. Examine the spleen. Locate the spleen in the male frog. It is a small round Swedish organ. It is a little more difficult to find the spleen in a female frog.
Male kidneys. The kidneys are elongated, brownish-colored organs found in the lower part of the frog's abdomen. The kidneys Y are situated on each side of the middle of the frog just underneath the testes. X. Female kidneys are located in the same place but can only be seen after removal of the ovaries or the oviducts.
Thank you everyone for your dedication and effort to explain and dissect a frog virtually. I know we all struggle and adjust, but you perform well, researchers.
Dissecting a frog is very common among science students for it represents the anatomy of its body. But you may have a question embedded in your mind, then why out of all the animals we prefer frog for the dissection?
One of its benefits, it is less expensive in terms of expenses. Also because of our guilt, because we all know that dissecting an animal will take them to be killed in order to proceed to the agenda. One reason of frogs are often chosen to be dissected in that their bodies provide a good overview of the organ system of a complex living things. The organ presence in the frogs and the way they lay out in the body are similar enough to humans to provide insight for students about how their bodies work. Again, I'm Lainey P. Bayer,
And I am John Rafael S. Baroro,
your panel for today. Thank you and God bless.